We found a donkey for sale that we were told is 60 inches tall. That's 15 hands. We already paid for her and now we're driving to Wyoming to pick her up. But there's one thing we're really wondering. Is she actually 15 hands tall? Hey friends, we are now driving to Wyoming. We're almost there. And we're picking up a donkey that we bought off from Facebook. So if you ever wonder about buying a donkey off from Facebook and things to watch out for or be aware of.
There was a donkey on Marketplace and we messaged. And while waiting for a message, we saw somebody else posting a question asking how tall is this donkey?
That was me. I posted how tall is it.
Was it you, really?
Yeah.
And his reply was 60 inches.
Well, now, if you're not sure about that, 60 inches is a 15-hand donkey. So that would be as big as Honk the Donk.
Right. So we're like, okay. All right.
We
So
want that.
did the prudent course of action and Facebook stalked them, and it's a person with, it's not a new account, it's an old account. Random posts about the ranch and horses, and seemingly pretty legit, not like one of those. You've all probably seen those marketplace post scams that were created yesterday, and they have one friend and they got the screaming good deal. So, being in the donkey selling business, there's nothing more frustrating to us as a seller is a series of endless, mindless questions about the donkey and request for pictures. Okay, so I messaged the guy and said, I want to buy your 60-inch tall donkey right now. I can Venmo you right now and pick it up this week. So anyways, we communicated, and I called and talked to him before we sent the Venmo money. That is this really a 60-inch tall donkey? And he actually said, well, it might actually be a bit more than that. So I felt pretty secure in pushing the pay button on Venmo. A few hours later, MaryJo was scrolling on Marketplace and came across an ad with the same donkey.
From his wife.
Describing it as a standard donkey. So all of our alarms went off. Like, what? No, we're not paying for a standard donkey. That's not what we're looking for.
Now, I also felt good about this because in his ad, he talked about health certificate and brand inspection. There was a picture of him riding a horse. So I'm like, well, if somebody's talking about getting, the health certificate and brand inspection is on top of the cost, that's probably somebody who knows what they're talking about, right?
Yep.
Because we have to do that. We have to, when you're buying a donkey from us, you have to get the health certificate and brand inspection, and that's the buyer's responsibility.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we called the guy again after seeing that his wife was advertising the same donkey as a standard donkey, which should be like a 45-inch tall donkey, too small to ride. We're looking for a riding/breeding donkey for our breeding program. So MaryJo gave him a call and asked about the height of this donkey.
A second time, right?
A second time.
Well, now we've messaged him, talked to him on the phone a first time and a second time. So this is 3 times of trying to confirm the height of this donkey.
Yep.
And he said, well, I'm like, so it's really like 15 hands tall? Well, I don't know if it's that tall.
Well, I asked, is it, so it's like as tall as a horse? And he's like, did he waffle? Well, maybe a small horse. I'm like, well, you said 60 inches. Well, I never really measured it, but it comes up to the middle of my chest, and I'm 6'1". And so we really have a cat in a sack or a Schrodinger's donkey we're going to get. We don't know until we get there. Yeah, Calamity's riding with us.
Yes.
So we continued on with our adventure. We're driving across Wyoming. We're near the Devil's Tower. So,
and soon we will find out
how
tall is this donkey for real.
If we purchased the world's most expensive standard donkey, or if we got something that resembles a mammoth.
Our fingers are crossed, but I have a lot of skepticism on whether or not we actually got one that's big enough to ride.
Right, and we've taken risks like this before, and half the time they pan out. So we'll see. Are we gonna tip the scales in our favor of doing crazy long distance donkey deals on Facebook, or are we gonna be singing the blues on the way home? Either way, we're going to get a nice 4-year-old donkey. We'll post again after we have we'll video again after we have this donkey.
Yes.
But just for those of you buying or selling a donkey, be honest and absolute in your post if you're putting it on Marketplace. If you don't know how tall it is, say you do not know how tall it is. If it does not pick up its feet, let people know it does not pick up its feet. If it is tall and it picks up its feet, brag about it in your ad and increase the value of what you're selling. But you don't ever want to be exaggerating or misleading to get a donkey sold. Life is too long and the world's too small to be doing that.
When we're selling donkeys, we put as much as we can, information. When they're wild, we can have like at least the approximate height, but we don't get to know for sure how tall they are when they're untouched. But this here is a domestic donkey. It's supposed to be good with sheep and goats and 15 hands tall. So we'll come back on the camera again after we have picked up this donkey.
Yeah. So if it is as tall as this guy thinks it might have been or could be, then it's an absolute screaming deal. We're going to be giggling all the way home. Well, let's say it's in the middle and it's like 13.2 or something. It's a fair deal. We won't feel like we got taken cleaners, but we still will feel.
And if it's 12 hands, it's definitely not big enough to ride.
If it's 12 hands, we're going to politely ask to get a refund and eat the $350 in gas, health certificate, and brand inspection. Because as y'all know, we have an army of 12-hand donkeys. What we're looking for is big ones.
Right. Our stock, because we're making a breeding program, we're trying to find more donkeys that are big enough to be good riding donkeys for an adult. And it's hard to come across them wild that are big enough. Wild donkey is 13.1. And we haven't come across another donkey in 3 years that's that big. All right, guys, we're driving back. We just went and looked at that donkey and we declined buying it. We're still going to be paying for the brand inspection and the health certificate, but the donkey's maybe 12.1.
Yeah, maybe 12.1. It was severely misrepresented.
Now,
I don't think that it was of ill intent.
no, I don't think it was ill intended.
I just don't think he was in a donkey world enough to know that there's a big difference between a standard donkey and a mammoth donkey. And
I don't even think he understands necessarily the different terminology, but when he said it was 60 inches tall at the wither,
I don't think it was 60 inches tall at the ears.
no. And he's like, well, I was just guessing. Well, he did good by saying yes, he would refund us our money, and we will do our part by paying the health certificate and brand inspection fees. But asking for video or pictures, more pictures, probably would have been helpful for us to save our drive.
Yeah, I guess if you're buying a donkey based on height, not really worried about its training, at least a picture with a tape measure or something, or next to a 5-foot fence, or.
And we did that with Honk. We asked for, they actually sent us a measurement.
Yeah.
So that would have saved us the drive and the time.
But it's a nice donkey. If somebody wants a nice donkey for their kids to ride around, or maybe 100-pound adult rider, it can handle that. Stout looking. His feet look to be in decent shape, so it's obviously been getting.
He's been cared for, or she's
yeah.
been cared for, yeah.
Very nice, clean, professional looking farm. I just don't think he understood that there's a donkey world out there where details matter.